Where do you draw the line between annoying habits that you can live with and obsessive compulsive ones that you can't? I've been asking myself that question for months, and now I'm asking you because I've got to talk to somebody about how I got to this place, about how my marriage to Michelle became a series of scenes of her cleaning and organizing, scenes separated by the occasional phone call to Lydia, who sells her organic cleaning products. Whenever Michelle calls Lydia on the phone to order a bottle of Mandarin basil dish detergent, yes, Mandarin basil dish detergent, or whatever earth-friendly thing she's ordering, she speaks with this breathless sense of urgency, as if she's on the phone with her dealer, which she is in a way, since Lydia's organics are the fix she needs for one of her habits, which are more than just habits, I've come to learn. Some of her vigorous cleaning makes sense, like scouring the stock pot. It's one of those Calphalon anodized aluminum pots that you have to wash by hand because the dishwasher makes them all chalky. So scouring the stock pot, I got that. Even though whenever I wash the pot, which is rarely, only when she's out and I cook alone, I never examine it that closely after I finished because I don't want to discover that I missed a spot. What's one spot? To me, it's nothing, but to her, the fork tines are another thing. We have this silver plate flatware that I found at a thrift store, and the tines of the forks tarnish quicker than the rest of the silver. I guess it's because the tines bear the brunt of the heat from the food. So even though the flatware doesn't need much polishing, the tines grow dark with tarnish pretty fast. And as soon as they do, Michelle is on them, rubbing polish into those tines, rubbing those forks so hard the tines might just dissolve. Since she liked that silver plate pattern so much, I found some more pieces of it on eBay and gave them to her for Christmas. I could tell she was excited and surprised that I found them. She was so eager to add the new old pieces to what we already had that she almost immediately got up from the couch and went into the kitchen. She was clutching that flatware like a knife thrower. I looked down at the socks she'd given me. Now, some people don't think socks make a very good gift, but she knows that I really like novelty socks. So she'd gotten me half a dozen pairs. One pair had snowflakes, another pair had airplanes. She'd also gotten me these drawer dividers so that I could organize my socks into folded stacks. But I prefer to roll my socks into a ball and pile them in the drawer. So I'm trying to decide whether I would actually use these drawer dividers and wondering if she'd be upset if I didn't when she comes back into the living room and springs into action, grabbing up every piece of crumpled paper and ribbon and tag from the floor as fast as she could. And I thought, couldn't you just leave it alone for a few minutes, Michelle? Couldn't you just let us sit here and enjoy Christmas for a few minutes before it becomes something to be cleared away? The woman who was frantically snatching up every piece of discarded wrapping was someone I didn't recognize anymore. not as a part of my life. It's as if I was watching that whole manic scene from the outside. Like our whole marriage had become just something else to be thrown away. At least that's what I decided I must have been feeling, and why I found myself becoming attracted to our neighbor, a woman whose house looks like she has 5 kids, even though she lives all alone. A few months after she moved in, I was out doing some yard work. She came over and asked if I would help her move her couch. I couldn't believe the mess when I walked in. My college dorm room was more orderly. Magazines and newspapers strewn everywhere. Her lunch, half eaten, on a paper plate on one stack, next to the only seat in the room that wasn't covered in clutter, the one directly in front of the TV. The couch, covered in laundry, half of it folded. It was a little bit thrilling, really. So I picked up the couch and moved it. Floor underneath, already covered in stuff. She thanked me, asked if I wanted a beer. So I went in the kitchen, dishes in the sink, crumbs on the floor. And we sat and drank and talked. And the more we talked, the more we found in common. We just kept laughing. Our eyes met a little longer each time, and before I knew it, we were down on top of a bunch of dirty clothes on her bedroom floor, just hungry for each other. And I have never felt more alive.
Well, hello, lover. I thought I would call to give you the good news, but looks like you already got it. I'm assuming it was you who left the champagne. You know how to make a girl feel special. And a ripe, luscious strawberry in the glass. Although I would have thought you'd have left something more sparkly in the sparkly. Oh, don't be coy. You don't, we don't have to hide anymore our being together. She's out of the picture for good. But answer me this. Why aren't you here helping me drink it? A meeting? Who are you meeting with at this time of night? Is it Jill? No? What kind of client calls you out in the middle of a thunderstorm for a meeting on a Thursday night? Well, first thing in the morning, you need to go over and see Jill and start processing that insurance claim. No, I'm not anxious to get my hands on your money. I'm anxious to get my hands on our money. You know I love you, but we had a deal. I scratch your itch and you scratch mine. Mm. Plus, I have some expenses that I need to take care of right away. Well, I needed my cousin's help. My cousin, Johnson. Oh, don't worry, he's good at this. He's got experience. He's probably done 6 in the last year. I thought it would be better to go with a professional because they can tell you where all the snags and glitches will happen. Well, he did it cheaper for us than for other people because he's family. What are you whining about? In what way? I'm asking, in what way does this complicate things? He won't say anything. Not if we pay him like I told him we would. No, it doesn't complicate things. He doesn't know you're involved. He only knows you're my boyfriend. What budget? Well, I assumed that you'd reimburse me for any out-of-pocket expenses. I mean, if I didn't hire him, what was I supposed to do? Me, by myself. You expected me to knock off your wife, get rid of the body, and destroy the evidence, all by myself. Get out of here. Go back to bed and finish dreaming. Wake me up when you're ready to give me my half, plus cost reimbursement. Look, I live off my side hustle while you have your white-collar salary. I can barely afford rent selling cleaning products. Oh, but I will tell you, these environment towels really are great for things like earlier tonight. I gave a bunch of them to Johnson to clean up the evidence. The super absorbent loops really soak up all kinds of fluids. Wipe a handle clean of fingerprints, get up footprints, even neutralize bacteria with the silver compound built into it. No, I'm not trying to make a sale, silly. I'm just saying, I'll just throw the towels into the washing machine and no one will ever know. You know me so well. I love strawberries. Give me one and I'm like a raccoon with a marshmallow. Paul, what the hell is wrong with you? Yes, I trust him. He'll do a job as long as the fee's right. No, I wasn't there, but I told him it had to be done before you got home from work. The power's out. Is your power off too? Must be the storm. That's just really odd. No, I just got a whiff of, well, I could have sworn someone else was in the room. Oh, it's the environment cloth. I could have sworn. Oh my goodness. Usually they smell like peppermint, but this one smells like Chanel. Didn't your wife wear Chanel? I could smell her anywhere. I'm getting a little dizzy. Just tipsy. This is really good champagne. So, how late does your meeting go? You know, you've been on the phone with me for a while. Couldn't you just come over? Paul? Who's that? Your TV? I thought you said your power was out. Paul, I think someone's here. No, in the hall. No, not really. I just thought I heard a door close. I suppose it could be anyone who lives here. Oh, I'm getting cramps. Paul? Paul? You bitch!
Who would have thought that wet towels on the bathroom floor and a case of Bud Light would make me have an affair? You know what I mean, Lydia? Is spousal neglect and getting fed up with his habits really a good reason to have an affair? Or affairs, I should say, in my case. I just got so tired and so pissed off picking up after him, like some mute housekeeper on Downton Abbey, afraid to look at the lord of the manor as he passes by. He'd probably rather have a robot. Bunk's in his basement man cave every weekend and most nights with his sports and his beer and his junky snacks, his belly starting to pay the price. I could sprawl naked in front of the TV and he'd probably say, "Not now, they're going for it on 4th down." Whatever sport is in season, he's watching it. And his buddy Patrick comes over. Seems to be more and more often these days. Do you suppose they're gambling on those games? Anyway, Buck's not interested in me anymore. It used to be he couldn't keep his hands off me. What did I do wrong? I started making more money than him. Do you suppose that took the up out of his wiki up? Good God. That man cave is Buck's escape after a week supervising landscaping crews, mostly from the comfort of his freaking truck. Like it's stressful. Those crews know what to do. All he has to do is point. Move this dirt over there. Make the stone paving path curve this way. I work too, you know. Most people think insurance agents just sit at a desk, not hardly talk about stress. People will stage accidents, deliberately break an arm just to get money. I can see wrecking a car, but don't they know hospitals have germs that can kill you? I'm not even talking about COVID. I wonder how many spouse murderers get away with their life insurance claims. That can be tricky. Most of them don't. They're in prison where they belong. I mean, it's probably all over between me and Buck, except the paperwork. He's already more like a housemate than a husband. But would I murder him? Not a chance. People. So what the hell? Tinder, here I come. Red lipstick and an extra button unbuttoned on a silk blouse, and I'm swiping every direction you can think of. It's so easy. Discretion is my middle name, Lydia. You look surprised. I bet you don't have any secrets that juicy. The surprise is how good it makes me feel. Free, desired. One guy takes me dancing. I guess it's the nature of that website to cut through the bullshit and get down to brass tacks. Or brass beds. Really, I never thought I'd go this route, but it's okay. No expectations other than to please and be pleased. Variety is spicy. And Buck's none the wiser. I could bring one of my guys here on a Saturday afternoon and burn through our sheets with him, and old Buck would never know as long as I keep his fridge stocked with his favorite beer. Well, I have to go see a guy who lives a couple of blocks over. Not one of my Tinder guys. Had a pretty hefty life insurance policy on his wife, who was murdered. So I have to go ask him some questions. It looks like it's about to rain. Well, this was fun. You may want to give Tinder a try. After all, life doesn't wait. Got to get out there and live it. Let's have another talk someday soon. Bye.
Well, to be honest with you, to be honest with myself, I'm a fraud. It makes my skin crawl just saying it. I'm a fraud with Stephanie, who's been my beloved, trusting wife for 10 years. I'm a fraud with Bradley, who at 7 is delighting in me, his daddy, his ideal, his role model. I'm a fraud with my students, who respect their lovable, straight-laced music teacher, who unconditionally, the one who does this with conviction and joy every day. I'm a fraud even with Buck, my friend, Jill's boorish husband. The man doesn't have an ounce of grace about him. Why do I spend so much time inhaling his beer breath and watching his insipid sports channels? To appear manly, I guess. The only person at this point who receives my pure authenticity is Michael. I owe it to everyone. Everyone deserves it, but my Michael, my lover, is the lucky one. The great irony, of course, is that the student is teaching the teacher. And how have I managed to cheat all the people who matter to me the most? Oh my, that sounded dramatic, didn't it? The phantom of the opera is there inside my mind. By cheating myself. I didn't mean to. I entered into a relationship with Stephanie on the purest level. It was so many years ago, and I truly thought I was in love. And I was, with her voice. We sang in the church choir together, and with that first note of that first solo with the coloratura soprano voice, I was enraptured. I assumed my hormones were too. It was hard to know for sure. I was very inexperienced at the time. Maybe they were. Something carried me through the birth of my son. And then things changed. Not my devotion to Stephanie or my love exactly, but my feelings, my sensations, chemistry. It's hard to explain. Oh, I have it. I've lost that love and feeling. It's gone, gone, gone. Whoa, whoa. I just couldn't feel her music inside me anymore. And yes, of course, I'm ashamed. God, how I wish things were different. It's the saddest kind of betrayal. I love my heart. I love my wife with my heart, but not with my loins. Hideous word. It reminds me of slaughter. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, I have to make my way out of this plight. At least that's what I tell myself after I have relations with Stephanie. After I've planted Michael's face on hers just to get through the act. It's always been an act. I've rationalized my married life and faked my emotions for so long, I can't figure out why this component, this sexual one, is so especially agonizing. Maybe it's because I want Michael all the time. From the moment he brushed up against me in advanced performance. Maybe because the most challenging part of my day is listening to him sing and not being able to react. I guess I'm a fraud with him too. When he's my student. I'm a betrayer and a cheat. I made a vow. I love my wife and I won't abandon them. But I'm not prepared to surrender this passion I've discovered. I've already surrendered my power. God, the music. Michael rings in my head all day long. I deserve to be happy, don't I? Don't I? Just for a little bit, damn it. You know, the only person who knows my secret is the only person I've shared my angst with, my turmoil, my guilt, my shame, my hell, is you, my sister Esmeralda. You always applaud what I'm doing. Of course you do. You're the flip side of my coin. I refuse to accept we are of equal sin. My handbasket is carefully hidden in the closet, but yours? You bear it all for all to see. And you truly enjoy the hellish ride.
I tell you, sis, life is just one big whirligig. I got men hopping on, hopping off. Woo! Since you haven't seen me in a few months, and why not, let me dish. Look, I don't mean to bug you, but look at our brother Patrick. He calls me every week. Poor guy. Not that I'm trying to guilt you. Anyways, so I've been in this polyamorous relationship, the six of us. Look, I know you don't approve, but this girl's got to have a little variety. And you'd think getting naked and twirling 5 other people would be exciting, but everything has its limits. There's not a single person in that bunch you would want to have lunch with. Totally into themselves. Oh, the worst is Howie. Oh my God, Howie. First off, he's fat. He calls them love handles. Yeah, right. And his mannerisms, when he reaches his moment of glory, his face scrunches up. He looks like a pig and he's like, oh. 2 weeks of that and celibacy sounds like a great option. Trish. Oh, Trish always wants to start with Roger, who's handsome as hell and, so to speak, well qualified, but geez, his politics. And Lakeisha, oh, the way she laughs, it is like a donkey in heat. And Tommy, the less said about Tommy, the better. Speaking of twirling, FedEx the other day delivered a huge package. I looked at it. Wrong address, Kathy, 2 doors down. I Googled the sender's address. The Happy Joy Company of Japan. Oh my God, they make sex dolls. Sex dolls! I mean, I get around, but at least I restrict it to human beings. I guess Kathy's not going to be leaving her house for a while. So I'm getting fed up with the sextet. How do I solve my little conundrum? Hans, the FedEx guy who delivered Mr. Happy Joy. Oh my God, sis, the pecs on this guy. Gorgeous. And in bed, oh my God. I mean, it is a little weird only having one other person in bed, and I do sometimes miss the mix and match. But he is so damn good. The other night, he tried this new thing with this pinky finger that had me fluttered for 15 minutes. So, am I cheating on the others? Some members of the group would say I'm playing outside the sandbox. Stuck on himself. Roger would say I'm being unfaithful. I'm not planning on telling them. So maybe it is dishonest. So maybe I am cheating. Maybe. But I'm not the only one. I mean, geez, the same people over and over. I need a fresh start. Anyways, it's not like any of them are going to miss me. I don't even think they really liked me. I think people in general get kind of tired of me after a while. Nope. Hans and his pinky finger is all this girl needs. And should that not work out, well, it's always good to have a plan B. Speaking of which, the personal trainer you introduced me to at the Christmas party, the redhead, is he available?
Hey, listen, don't get all judgy on me. Like I'm the only person with a husband who has a male sex doll. He's exploring his bisexuality. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those silicone real love dolls. Yeah. This came with 24 attachments, 4 outfits, right? I don't know. He doesn't want to cheat on me, he says. Yeah. And doesn't want to hurt me, of course, you know. What, that he's gay, unfaithful, and a goddamn perv? Is it hurtful? Oh no, of course not. Yeah. I mean, at least he's not a pedophile, right? I mean, the doll does look to be over 30, right? Boom, boom. I can't help it. I can't help it. Listen, I was an only child, raised in like a landmine. Boom, 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 boom. Wow. You know, I played with dolls up until high school, really. Yeah. Probably would have continued had I not started taking Bobby's head off and or tying her to a stake, culminating in my mother taking all my dolls. My mother took all my dolls away. Yeah. I cried for weeks. So anyway, tonight's phone call, right? My mother starts in with all the annoying questions, using her passive aggressive, faux martyr, I'm so clueless voice. But before she can move in for her kill, I spill the beans about Dorian. What? I wanted her to cry. Well, she did immediately. And then I say, well, at least he's Jewish. She doesn't laugh. Being the anomaly that she is a Jew with absolutely no sense of humor. Yeah, whatever. So I got myself a female doll. Ah! I'm excited. Yeah. More money than God. Yeah. So I mention all this, right? And that I want to explore lady love without having to grow out my armpit hair. Funny line, right? Made her cry even harder. Ugh, I'm sweat, Anyway, the doll arrives today. Yes. House is a mess. Whatever will she think of us? Ooh. I still don't even know what to do with her. In bed. Thank God for Reddit. Because who do you ask, huh? It's the dogs. Hang on. It's okay. Hold on. I'm still here. God damn it. No, it's my neighbor. Oh my God. No, FedEx has delivered the doll to her. Now she's out there trying to lug it over into me. Okay. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Esmeralda! Yeah. Hey, no. I'll come get the package. Yeah, I have a dolly. I have a dolly. Okay, yeah. Pun unintended. Oh, God, this is really frustrating. So, I just returned from FedEx, right? And so they tell me that they had already put her out for delivery. Yeah. So I'm like, okay. I walk out the front door. This big man barrels into me, nearly knocking me into the goddamn street. So I turn, I look up, and it's this dude, Noah from my painting class. Yeah, clearly distraught. Yeah. So I hightailed him out of there. Could have killed me. Yeah. Already this doll is trouble. This doll. Oh God. Oh. So Dorian, heavy as hell. Yeah, I mean, you have to carry them everywhere, They should put wheels and motors in them, and that way, when they're not in use, they can at least vacuum your floor or something. Oh, God. Yeah. But I am happy about having a bed companion with a heater. Yeah. Oh, and I don't have to worry about falling in the toilet in the middle of the night because what? The seat was left up, right? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, Michael, Michael is over in the guest room since he farts all night from lactose and female intolerance and guilt. Hmm? Oh, well, I mean, really, I'm fine with unresponsive, catatonic people. People. Yeah. You know, my mother went into these black hole depressions, equivalent to comas. Yeah. Mm. But you know what bothered me more? My Aunt Ellen would refer to them as mom's melees. It sounds like goddamn snake oil, don't you think? Yeah. And you know, snakes. Yeah. Really, my mother just looked like she was in a deep sleep and unlikely to yell at me. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. All right, listen. So sometimes she would just open her eyes, right? And just stare. Yeah. Ugh. But she was dead weight. Yeah. Dead weight. Oh my God. Dorian is my mother. Oh, way cuter, right? Oh my God. Yeah, I can't wait till he meets his new sister, huh? Oh my God. I can't do this. I can't. Go. Just go.
Take it with you, she says. But the easel's been in the closet for 2 years. It's dusty. Says she might want to paint. Says she used to want to be a model. Says she wants to fix people's taxes. She once begged to act in one of my plays. Says she loves animals, sexual psychology, soul food chefing. Maybe even mountain climbing. And what woman doesn't dream of one day being... What woman doesn't dream of one day being an interior decorator? She wanted to be the herself that I loved her for. She has a coveted cubicle history of being a deputy clerk of court. Fail-safe fallback shit. It's practicality. Then I come along, loving her for herself. And when she asked me to tell her more, I think it's because she wants us to get into it. But she really didn't understand, what does that mean? Her parents didn't trust me, even with my degree, because I didn't have a car. I was thinking about her as I was fucking somebody else. I wanted we. She wanted us. So she had leverage with the deputy clerk of courts. She wasn't required to show up when the state was exacting funds from my bank. All the judges, male and female. She was just beautiful. She was fine. Well, anyway, alimony. Such a peculiar word. Doesn't even sound like what it intends. Sounds like a flower. So I will leave this place. Leave her before she starts throwing my shit out the attic window where I've been sleeping since she found hairs on my clothes, stains on my collar. Told me my sperm smelled different. It says, when did I start crying when I come? And when did she start going to church so much and potato couching? And what happened to scuba diving, raising live Easter duckies? How come I started drinking beer instead of wine? And when did she start hiding her pocketbook? She's fucking somebody else too. And nobody's washing dishes, and her daughters start reminding me that I'm not their father. And all the love we make is thrashing anger shit. It feels so good. We hate it. Hate that we're so in love that we can't stand it. But no more. She does not love me no more. She does not have to have me around bugging her to love herself. She does not have to worry about me being the elusive provider with my advocacies. Wherever she's fucking just sits on the couch with her arms around her. And whoever I fuck, well, I don't have to cry no more when I come. And when she sees this easel, when she sees that easel out the box in front of our bed, she's going to be pissed at this, my PS. Because I don't love her no more either.
Oh, hi. You're Joe, right? You work for Robert. Yeah, my grandfather's a steam fitter too. Yeah, union man down to his bones. I'm Irene. I own a dance studio and I do some modeling for artists. I'm not married. Someday my prince will come. I don't believe in fairy tales. One special prince, happily ever after. You're married, I take it. Is your wife here? Oh, salute. Marriage, all that togetherness, and predictability and possessiveness, like your body's for them, whenever, forever. My wife, my husband, my better half. Ugh, God, I hate that. Anything that threatens the stability, the contract, you have to tamp it down, right? I was married a long time ago. He cheated on me. Cue the violins. No, it really hurts. Something broke in me. Like I was reduced to something to be recycled. Before then, I had no idea how terrible jealousy felt. It is literally a sickness that grinds in your stomach, makes your heart race, eats away at your sense of self. I never want to feel that again. I've never cheated. I never stay long enough to. When I hear the siren call, I leave the relationship. It's not, I can't take the drama. The lying, the sneaking, the accusations, the tears. Early on, I tell whoever I'm with, Like I'm telling you now, Joe. I'm a free agent. Some men thought they'd be the forever one who'd change me. Why change someone else to suit your needs? Instead, change your own self. Life is so precarious, and it goes by faster every year. I mean, damn, another huge iceberg just melted. The oceans keep getting hotter. There's tidal waves, floods, fires all the time now. Our poor planet, the poor animals, all of us. Nero's fiddling while Rome burns. So why not be honest about our desires? There's a line in a poem that really gets me. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? My weakness is that I love falling in love. There's nothing sexier than being desired. But it has to be mutual. When a certain look passes between two people, a gleam or a shimmering, like what's happening between us now, Joe. A vibration, a thrill, the eloquence of two bodies corresponding. You know what I'm wondering? What it would feel like to kiss you. Isn't that worth exploring? Even if just for one night. Well, there's still time.
Look, I met my soulmate, the woman that I should have married. Irene. She recharged my battery. She paid attention, a lot of attention. Not like my wife. The wife and I aren't soulmates, as we thought we were. But I found my soulmate, the one who my key fits her lock. I'm a lonely guy. I want to be in love. Guys can be addicted to things other than booze, gambling, and titty books, you know. I'm Robert Plano. I'm Robert Palmer all of a sudden. Might as well face it, I'm addicted to love. Love died out a decade ago with a wife. I don't care how caveman I sound, but who care want to get laid? Who care want to be treated like his day job? Who want to have his pipes laid and maintained? Especially in different manipulations on many different kinds of furniture. They have these cartoon, dirty foreign titty books from Japan that show you how to have sex with different positions and different species. Okay, the wife. Let's get back to the wife. I've been supporting her in her dreams for close to 15 years. And I've had it. I'm done. I was always taught that it was my duty to make my wife happy, no matter how I felt, watching dream after dream slip away. It's not fair. Why should one live their dreams to completion while the other gets to clock in and out of misery? Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Because it's financial suicide if you want to leave? Or is it suicide if you stay? I have a good job. I'm a steam fitter. My buddy Robert got me the gig. I got weekends off, lots of overtime, good union, local 602. I'm lucky to have a friend like Robert. He is the one who brought me to the party where Irene was there. She's a dancer. Nah. She owns a dance studio. And she is hot. I don't hate my wife. She's a good mother and a good person. I just don't love her anymore. Do you know what it is? She doesn't value anything. That's why she treats everything like shit. Expensive things like computers, houses, refrigerators, appliances, smartphones, vacuums, and relationships. I'm only your husband when it doesn't cost her anything. Now, Irene. Back to Irene. We were just talking and it just happened. The sex was wonderful. Irene said she loved it. And screech with the brakes on the situation. She said it was a one-time thing only, and we can be friends. Oog said, Irene, sex with Oog, perfect. But Joe says, it felt like it was supposed to happen. Now, Oog here has the impossible task of convincing Irene that Joe is her soulmate. Do I have a right to be happy? I keep singing Goodnight, Irene. You know, the part of the middle is kind of like, I love Irene, God knows I do, yet the salty sea runs dry. If Irene denies me just once more, I'll take morphine and die. That part. Oh man, dude. I'm crying, Frank. Yeah.
Nate? 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 You're not ready, huh? Thought you'd be primed and ready. Venus. My Veenie Weenie. How are you doing, sweetie? You are the only good thing in this po-dunk town. Yeah. I wanted a horse, but Daddy got me you. You were a consolation prize when he plucked us from our home and said, guess who's the new president of Sisters of Mercy Catholic University? We're moving to Marion, Iowa. Marion, Iowa? I mean, bum fuck nowhere. I mean, Chicago had everything. All my friends, great places to eat, grandpa and grandma. Funny. Looking back on how Daddy abandoned his own mother and the way he talks about God and service, I mean, it's just that. talk, you know? His mother is adrift and we just sailed away. I don't know what would have happened to me if it weren't for you. No friends, no clue on how different Iowa is compared to Chicago. But at least I could leave my troubles behind and come be with you. Yep. Daddy knew I wanted a horse, and he got me you. Of course, that was before Sonia, or as I like to call it, BS. You know, like BC, only darker. Okay. That bitch had balls. I mean, to strut around in that bare-backed, low-front, slit-skirt, translucent dress at the Sisters of Mercy Christmas party. Betcha she was stroking Daddy's pole as the ball dropped on New Year's Eve. God, I mean, how many Christmas parties do you think we threw and she was right there? I mean, bitch, home-wrecking bitch. Hey, did you know that there's a movie about a boy who stabs out horses' eyes? Yeah. It's got that old guy playing the psychiatrist, you know, one of Elizabeth Taylor's exes. Yeah. In the movie, this boy stabs out the eyes of defenseless horses. It's terrible, and nobody knows why he did it. And the psychiatrist, that guy, Dyson. Anyway, Lizzie's ex-boyfriend digs down with him in therapy, and it's all because this boy's strange. I think his name is Alex Strange. Hold on. Equus. Oh my god, that is the name of the movie. Dr. Dysart. I was close. And Alan Strang. Pretty good, right? Strange? Strang. Anyway, the Strang kid would masturbate while horseback riding. I mean, yuck. Like, I mean, he'd jerk off while riding the horses naked. You know? Literally, I mean, please, God, please tell me Nate doesn't do that. And all that Alan's dad is a hypocritical asshole just like Daddy. And telling Alan to be a good and upright, morally straight, and all that horse shit Daddy loved to tell me. And I mean, that was before he dumped Mother and ran off to be with Jezebel. Anyway, the reason that Alan kid blinds the horses is because he sees his dad with a prostitute. Yeah, he just goes and stabs the horse's eyes out and just goes nuts, and this Dysart guy just helps him figure out why. I always thought it was so horrible. I mean, doing that to innocent horses. I mean, he really should have just stabbed out the eyes of his father. Don't you think? Nate, thank God. You ready?
There we go, Diane. There we go. See how pretty you are. I know how much you love to get your hair brushed like this. Low and smooth, smooth and even. The brush whisking through. Every stroke like a promise. First thing I remember about you is how much I liked your hair when it shined and shimmered like that. Even when you had it teased in a pompadour, tucked under a big church hat. Next were your eyes, all bright and sparkly. Finally, your smile. Your smile would light up the room. Everyone was dazzled, Diane. Everyone was dazzled. Even after 40 years, my heart still lights up when you smile. Even now. Even today, your mind's grown cloudy and your memories have faded away. The slightest smile from you still leaves me dazzled. Remember what the preacher said, Diane? 40 odd years ago, at old Baptist church. I take thee, Diane, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. I wonder what kind of death he was talking about, Diane, when he was reading his gospel and administering our vows. That the death of our bodies, death of our souls. They used to tell me in Sunday school that your body could weaken and wither away, but your soul is eternal. Your soul can live on. But I know you, Diane. I know your soul. I have loved and cherished you in sickness and in health. But be honest, I don't recognize who you are anymore. You know what I mean? I don't see your soul. You know our home health aide, Janelle, the one with the ponytail? The one that used to take care of that crazy OCD lady, remember her? The Mandarin basil dish detergent and the henpecked husband. Always going on about work times. Janelle's firecracker, isn't she? Always some kind of sass, some kind of comeback. When she came into our house and she entered our world, it was like on when the sun comes up. Like that scene where they switch over to Technicolor. I do not love Janelle. No, not the way that I loved you, but I do love her, you know, in her own way, in my own way. We tried to keep things secret, we tried to be discreet, try to keep things secret from one another, but after a while, I can't leave you, right? You need me to be with you, even if you can't be with me, even if you don't know the time of day or what's really going on. Kids aren't happy about it. Your family's upset. Our friends are all scandalized, even the ones that you would let come around, that saw you the way that you were. But I can't keep living a lie. Not for them. With you, yes, but not for them. With you, it's okay. It's all right. I can pretend. I can wear a happy face. I can keep wearing this wedding ring, this gold wedding ring, reminding you I love you. But Janelle doesn't want to keep sneaking around, Diane. And, well, she's good and she's decent and she deserves to be treated right. And I don't know what else to do. There's that smile, Diane. There's that smile.